The call came just past midnight. "Mr. Hale, it's the ER. You need to get here. It's your daughter." The drive was a blur, no music, no thoughts I dared to have. When I entered the trauma unit, the harsh fluorescent lights sliced through the air with clinical precision. Her face was a mess, swollen, lips torn, one eye dark purple. Her fingers shook as she whispered, "Dad, it was him." I didn't need her to say his name. The city already knew it, the billionaire's son. She handed me her phone. The screen lit up. A message from him: "She refuses to stay with me. My father owns this city. You can't touch me." He was right. I couldn't. Not legally. Not through the courts. But there were other ways. Older ways. I stepped outside the ER, lit a cigarette, and made one call, Cicely. It rang twice, then a gravelly voice answered, "Who's this?" "Your niece's father," I said softly. "Family business." A pause. Then, in a low voice, "I'm on my way. When my wife was alive, she kept our daughter far from that side of the family." The Sicilian side, I thought, remembering her words. She'd said they were men who didn't believe in laws, only in balance. But blood runs deep, even when oceans divide. I hadn't spoken to her brother in 2 decades, not since the funeral. He had told me, "If the day ever comes when someone harms your child, call me. I'll handle it the old way." I never thought I'd have to call on that promise. But that night, watching my daughter hooked up to Fours, whispering about how he laughed as he hit her, something inside me shattered. Not anger. Not grief. Something colder. Something resolute. By morning, the story had already twisted. Billionaire's son involved in a minor altercation with a woman. They didn't call her a girl. Not a victim. Money changes how truth is told. I didn't argue, didn't post, didn't scream. I just started gathering names, police captains, family lawyers, the prosecutor who lost the file. Everyone had a price. I just had to figure out who'd been bought, and by whom. 3 days later, a private jet landed in Palermo. He arrived with no luggage, just a long coat, an envelope, and the kind of calm only men like him possess. My daughter had never met him. I didn't tell her he was here. We met in my garage, under the buzz of a single light bulb. He placed the envelope on the table. Inside were photos, surveillance footage, bank statements, wire transfers from the billionaire's shell accounts to the prosecutor's office. "Your city," he said with a thick accent, "belongs to liars." I nodded. "Then let's take it back." He smiled faintly. "No. Let's clean it." The plan was precise, silent, methodical, no blood on our hands, at least not any that could be traced. He called it restructuring. I called it balance. We started with leaks, anonymous messages, screenshots, traces of bribery and corruption. By the end of the week, the billionaire's empire was on the edge of collapse. But his son, the golden boy, remained untouched. That was fine. He was next. The boy lived like royalty, penthouse, bodyguards, cocaine served on silver trays. I watched him one night from across the street, laughing with friends, unaware of the storm gathering under his father's empire. That's when my brother-in-law told me something I hadn't expected. "The father made the call," he said. "Told the son to do it. Said the girl needed to know her place. A lesson in power. It wasn't just the son's arrogance. It was the father's cruelty. They'd both orchestrated her suffering. That changed everything." 2 weeks later, both father and son disappeared. The police found the billionaire's yacht drifting off the Amalfi coast. No bodies, no blood, just silence and the faint smell of gasoline. "But I know what happened." He told me. "They begged," my brother-in-law said. "First the father, then the son. But they begged for each other, not for themselves. Family loyalty, even in the end." He paused. "I made them watch each other drown. It seemed fair. I didn't flinch. I didn't thank him. I just nodded. Justice, in its purest form, is never loud. It's simply complete. The newspapers called it a tragedy, an accidental explosion. Billionaire and son presumed dead. And the city moved on. My daughter walks again now. She smiles, sometimes. But I see the shadow in her eyes. The same one that never left me. I don't tell her the truth. I let her believe justice came on its own. That for once, the world corrected itself. She doesn't need to know what kind of man her father became to make that happen. The Sicilian called last week. You did good, he said. I didn't do anything, I replied. He chuckled softly. That's why it worked. I hung up, then walked into my daughter's room, kissed her forehead, and whispered something I hadn't said in months. You're safe now. And for the first time in a long while, I believed it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe now to Cheating Stories Insight World for more incredible stories.